Okay. Welcome to Aito. This is the cadet, the the children. You can see that they've got bolt holders for the kids, which is awesome. And there we go. We've got a start. As we saw earlier today, there are lots of children on the water. These kids start paddling at a very early age, sometimes 6, 7, and they're already hammers. It's a pretty fantastic view. We're having a little bit of carnage at the start, but it's all good. It's all good. You can hear the parents screaming in the background. This is live from Tevauta in Tahiti, and I'm Scott Miller along with Andre Sousa here for Te Aito Live. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, serious carnage. We got a little T-bone action right out there on the course. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. You got to give it up for these kids. They are starting early, but they are going to have a lifetime of enjoyment and sport on the water, and this is what it's all about. Learning to feel the water and loving it. That was awesome.
Good morning, everyone. Here's André Souza and Scott. I have on my side here Scott Miller. We are direct from Tahiti. We are in this beautiful island enjoying the Aito 2023. Uh, I'm gonna be your commentator. Actually, I'm gonna be your host, and the commentator is Scott Miller, my friend from Florida. Hopefully, I can make some comments in Portuguese as well because the community in Brazil is really big, and I already have the pleasure to meet some Brazilians here that they race early in the morning in the Masters Division, and we're gonna have fun with you guys. I really appreciate you guys joining and following us. We have a direct feed from the Tahitian TV, so it's a partnership with VA Vibes and the TNTV. They are providing the feed. We are here in this beautiful island. We are side by side with the TNTV doing this live transmission. We're gonna be using their transmission, and when they cut for the commentators, we be commenting English and Portuguese. Now a little bit in Portuguese. Aloha pessoal do Brasil, André Souza aqui do VA Vibes. Nós vamos estar fazendo a transmissão e os comentários em inglês e em português dessa prova maravilhosa que é a da Aito 2023, 2023. Hoje cedo eu tive o privilégio de encontrar com um time brasileiro aqui de remadores, Fábio Valongo, outros remadores, entre outros, já participaram, já caíram na água na prova de Masters. Infelizmente nós não tivemos a transmissão dessa prova, mas nós estamos aqui, vamos cobrir a prova do feminino que acabou de começar e a prova masculina mais tarde. Ao meu lado eu tenho o Scott Miller, um remador da Flórida, um dos pioneiros da V1 na Flórida, e ele vai estar fazendo os comentários em inglês e interagindo comigo aqui. Eu espero que todo mundo curta e Vamos curtir esse visual e essa prova maravilhosa que é a de Aito 2023. Agora eu vou estar voltando para o inglês aqui. Mande comentários, espalhe, eu já espalhei o link para alguns amigos aí no Brasil. Espero que vocês consigam acompanhar essa transmissão e curtir esse visual com a gente. Now back to English. Scott, it's a pleasure to have you here and join us to Va Vibes as a personal friend that you know, and it's a really awesome to share this energy with you.
Absolutely.
Give me a feedback and give me a little bit of you, an introduction to yourself and the sport of Va. Share your knowledge, and also you have a wife that is competing now.
She is. She's on the water right now. The women have launched. Thank you, Andre. It's a pleasure to be here with you in Tewai Uta here in beautiful Tahiti, French Polynesia. Many thanks to TNTV for allowing us to hop on their feed and share it with the rest of you. This is a fantastic day. It's a fantastic course. The women are on a 16-kilometer course, and they're going to be coming through the lagoon, out a cut into the open ocean, back into the lagoon, and they'll finish up right in front of us here. It's an amazing place to be. My background, Andre, as you said, I have a long background in paddling. I've been paddling for 34 years now, and started with sprint, went to outrigger, then to dragon boat, and now to V1 for the last 4 years. And we're really hoping that V1 takes off in the United States in particular. There's so many great paddlers in the United States that could benefit by being in V1. So this is a opportunity for them to get a taste of what it's like here in Tahiti and see the sport in its true environments and how it's really supposed to be. It's fantastic.
That's true. And it's really interesting because you come from a big background. You paddle basically everything. I never saw in a surf ski. But you participate also of the Dragon Boat
Yes.
community trials, Team USA trials. Tell me a little bit more about that.
That's true. I was on U.S. national team for. It's got the video. I was on U.S. national team twice. Once in 2017, and then again in 2019. We competed in China, and then in Pattaya, Thailand. It's dragon boating is a great entry sport, especially in the United States. If you don't have access to your own V1 or your own OC1, or if there's not an outrigger team near you, dragon boating is a tremendous way to get back into the sport and start as a beginner. And unfortunately, it's like a lot of drugs. It just sucks you in, and the next thing you know, it's taken over your life, and you have way too many paddles and way too many boats and way too many paddling friends. But it's the greatest lifestyle, and it takes you to places like this, places that you would never dream of coming to in a million years, and meeting the people who have lived this their entire lives and have been doing it their entire lives. It's just, this is what it's all about right here.
Yeah, and I see a lot of the talking about this interchange of the Dragon Boat and the V1. It's not about migrating because you still jump in some Dragon Boat sometimes. I think it's more like being a complete waterman.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people from Dragon Boat trying the V1s and
Yes.
getting happy because, especially on sprint race, right?
Yes. Yeah. They've trained for a sprint, so it's a natural opportunity for them. And I agree with you. It's not about one sport over another sport. They are all sort of equivalent. You find your niche, but if you can jump from one to another, it's just going to make you an all-around paddler. It's going to make you, able to paddle in the flats and paddle in the waves and going out in the open ocean and coming back inside and doing river paddling. It's all paddling. So it's something. It's a lifestyle, and like I said, it's 34 years for me now. And if
34 years.
if you had told me at age 23 that it was going to be 34 years later that I'm still doing this, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But I didn't really understand what a joyful exercise it is, and what an amazing life it brings you. So this is truly a fantastic opportunity to present this to Brazil, to all of our friends in Brazil, all of our friends in North America, and give them an opportunity to catch the vibe.
And Scott, it's your second time here in Tahiti, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So you came here last year just for a trip, a quick trip, and enjoy the. I know, people don't know, but this guy came here with his wife last year to watch the race and enjoy Tahiti. And Pam,
And
Scott's wife, was
next,
invited to compete last minute.
yep.
And tell me about because she
So
finished top 10.
she did. She came in eighth place last year, and we quite literally had gotten off an aircraft. 2 nights before at midnight. We were still incredibly jet lagged, and everyone here was so gracious and lent her a boat. And thanks to Charlie Maitere the last minute, and so it's an opportunity of a lifetime. And it really has a lot to do with sort of this notion of tahoi that they have here, the idea of being one, unified with one another. They were so welcoming, so opening, and we have found that universally that the people here in French Polynesia are just utterly welcoming. So, yeah, it was last minute. We had no plans, and the next thing we know, she's coming in top 10. So it was a little bananas.
So we see here that the women's already running,
Yep.
and you were here last year, and the race wasn't in this location, right?
That's correct. It was up in Pire, which is a suburb of Papeete, to the east of Papeete, and it it was the sort of thing that we just happened to be there. And we're further down around the island. We're almost to the smaller sort of adjunct of Tahiti Iti. So we're just at the very tip end of Tahiti Nui, the bigger island that's connected one to the other. So here you can see actually we've got some great women competitors coming down the course now. They're providing us the feed, and boy, this lady's doing it right here. She's got a nice smooth strong stroke. She's making that boat go straight. She's got great changeovers. It's a really nice thing to see. She's in a fiberglass boat here, but don't let that fool you. You can really succeed in a heavier boat.
So the Aito organization, they changed the location, and
Yes.
I was talking to some of the race organizers here, people who participate organizing the Aito.
Yep.
Uh, I heard that they're gonna keep this course for next year because actually it's a really nice course.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, they like it. They say the water's a little bit clearer over here. They say that the water is better. I have to say, having paddled the other course, that's great water too, but this allows you an opportunity for inside and outside both. There's surfing coming into the passes. There's it's just a great opportunity for someone to experience true Pacific paddling.
And we're gonna be like this year. It's a little bit different. So we got have one lap for masters and women, and
Yes.
2 laps for the open division, men's open division.
That's correct. So it's 16 kilometers for the women and masters, and 32 kilometers for the open division. Um, in any case, whether it was the masters, the women, or the open, you're seeing the top paddlers in the world. They're coming down this course, and so being able to see this is a perfect example of two different styles right there. every Somebody said on our chase boat today that if you have 100 paddlers, you're going to have 100 different styles, and it's really true.
That's
So
true.
this idea of the perfect style is a bit of a myth, and finding your way and making the boat go fast your way is really critical.
You're totally right. I agree. That's my opinion too. Like the way that I see, um, if you get 100 Tahitians or like 100 of not even Tahitians, but 100 of the top paddlers in the world,
Hmm.
they have some little different details on their stroke, and they're all super fast.
It's
So
true.
it's not only about the perfect technique, but of course you cannot disagree that some techniques are more efficient, but you have to respect your body. And hey, what we have here on the screen, Scott?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, I thought it was spam, but no, right?
Nope.
So yeah, but coming back from the technique point of view, uh, it's really it's really awesome to see.
Yeah. Looks like we're live. Okay, very good. Welcome back. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. Broadcasting live from the other side of the planet sometimes presents its challenges, but here we are again. This is the live women's start. We do also want to thank the mayor of Teveota for being so generous and sponsoring this event. He was super welcoming to all of us, and we found him to be very welcoming to all visitors. So I encourage you, if you have this opportunity, come here to Teveota here in Tahiti, French Polynesia.
Yes, with the women, as the women start about to start, I apologize for the little difficulties that we have a challenge here. We're in a remote island in the middle of the Pacific, so the connections here are not so good. We having this partnership with the TNTV that they kindly are providing the feed for this transmission. Uh, but I promise you guys, hang out with us, give some credit, and you guys gonna have fun and have like great experience following the Aito 2023. Scott, we're about to start the women's race.
We are. So look for a strong start coming off the line here. There's going to be a little bit of bumping. There's sometimes some carnage here. It's key if you're planning on winning this race to shake the pack at the beginning and come straight out. It's really as much a strategy race as it is a muscle race. You have to race with your head as well as your body. So look for a lot of bumping and grinding as they leave the start here.
And I see that we have to bring it that the organization is doing such a great job promoting the Aito around the world. We have so many paddlers here from other countries. We have New Zealand, we have Australia, we have Brazil, we have US. The number of people from US from last year actually increased.
Yes.
And
Yes.
some paddlers couldn't came. Like we have a great paddler and female also in Florida, Kelly, that she had an injury in last minute, but she was registered for the race.
Kelly Truitt, right?
So the whole intention with this new promotion is to make the Aito an international event, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they have 16 different nations represented here. There's no reason that we shouldn't see more paddlers from places like the U.S., from Brazil. This is the event. If you're a paddler, this is the event you want to be at. There's no other event in my mind that kind of eclipses this one. So coming here, being a part of this is kind of the peak experience.
Yeah, you're totally right. And I was having a conversation with the racer organizer for this year, Reynaud, and he was telling me that they are putting a Ito tour.
Yes.
They're going to be visiting those countries,
Yes.
promoting giving us their cultural support for those races, right?
Absolutely.
We have already the Aito Brazilian version of the Aito that actually the guy who runs that race, I think it's Fabio Valongo from Brazil. He's doing such a great job over there. We have already in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, and a great friend that's Mike Kalama is running the Aloha Ito in Hawaii. That was a success. Aloha. Shout out for Mike Kalama. His wife is going to be competing right now.
That's right.
Elizabeth Kalama is here in the water.
Yep. Willie Kalama.
She's going to be representing Hawaii in Samoa.
That's right. Look for the distance racing coming up. There's a couple of racers here who are planning on attending that race. It's going to be another big event. It's probably the only part of this that's hard is that it's all the way over here in this beautiful part of the world that we can't get to quite so easily from North America. So,
right.
Especially, we do pretty well for ourselves in Miami. It's beautiful there. It's subtropical there, but this is next level.
Okay, and then we have here the yellow jersey that we follow the Tour de France like a rose, like the champion, the reigning champion use a yellow jersey.
Yes.
That is Aloha Ichen.
That's right. And she actually is from France. So her father actually came in second in the Masters today. Oh, sorry, I'm being
16 and above, right?
16 above. He came in first for 60
60.
and above. So that's the beauty of this sport. You can be 60 and still come and be a world champion. So
Let me tell you, Scott, I personally saw this girl racing in California, the third race of the VA California Series,
mm,
uh, and she is insane.
yeah.
Actually, I was really happy that I was doing the live transmission and I wasn't in the water because I was gonna be embarrassed. I saw, like I saw she beating some Tahitian men over
Oh
there,
yes, yes,
you know,
yes.
like some good paddlers. So
Listen,
she's a freaking machine,
some of the best paddlers in the world are women.
right?
So you're gonna get a chance to see them today.
And actually, it's a good point here. The V1 culture in US is growing, and I want to say a good shout out here and hi to Kelly Thompson that is running the VAS Series California. Kelly, if you're hearing, uh, congratulations. I already told you this personally. How can you manage to schedule and run too many races back to back? I still try to understand that. But like, congratulations for the event that you're doing there. You're part of the V1 culture growing in US. We're about to start, Scott.
Yep, we have a looks like a yellow flag up. Yep, and now they're starting to move forward. There are two zones,
And it started.
and now that we started,
And we have the start.
and you can see that water coming back off the back end, the snap off the back of the paddle.
And
Serious power.
I see that Iloha, she starts from the back. So, oh no, she's already going her way through the to the other competitors.
Yes.
Look, this woman.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we have Iloha. I think I saw Elizabeth,
Yes.
Willie Kalama in the yellow
in the
canoe.
yellow canoe.
Yeah,
But this is the moment where the leaders are going to shake themselves. There's Iloha right
that's
there.
Iloha. That's Iloha.
You can see she's just solid muscle right at that catch. She's really
Oh my
putting a
God.
lot of pressure on the
And
blade.
if you want to learn about technique, just watch this women paddle.
Absolutely. You start to see the head break away from the tail of the group. But it doesn't matter head or tail. If you're finishing this race, this is the race.
This is beautiful, Scott. This is beautiful.
I know.
Look,
I love
yeah,
this.
this is masters women. Look.
No, she's. You know what? Hats off. Auger. We don't have a first name, but honestly, she's just like, God bless her, man. She is just out there hammering in her own way. She's going to make this course, and she's going to be.
And
She's Aito at the end.
that's the energy from this sport. Uh, the energy it's a different energy.
Hmm.
Of course, you are in the water. You wanna do your best. You wanna beat your opponent, but before the race and after the race, the energy it's amazing. The aloha energy that you have, like in the water outside, it's amazing. Like, it's you don't see this in other sports.
No.
Personally, coming from a background from jiu-jitsu, where where your competitor wanna break your arm and chop your head off, it's beautiful to see a lady like in this age, paddling and having fun and enjoying the nature, enjoying the water, and enjoying this beautiful venue.
It's true. The whole essence of it is flowing with the water. The whole essence of it is being part of the ocean environment, being part and parcel with your boat. You're connected to the environment. You have to think through your process, think through the environment, and then feel. Everything is about feeling in the boat. So as they're making their way towards us, just enjoy what you're seeing here because you've got some really fantastic paddling happening here.
That that's that's another beautiful technique. Look how long this is stroke,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And Iloha is already ahead.
She is.
I wonder who's in second place.
We'll
So
find out.
Scott, we have like a different brands of canoes here, right?
Yep.
Basically, the famous V1s in the world, those are Tahitian brands,
Right.
right? So we have Timmy that you see on the screen, right?
Right.
Very traditional. You have Fai, you have Ari, you have Tehuritawa.
Right.
You have even other brands here, like in Tahiti, right? That
There,
is not
there are
as
some
much.
other brands that probably aren't as popular, but the four you name are maybe the most popular brands that we've seen over the years in Teaito. They're built for the water that occurs here. The swell outside is got about a 15 to 16 second period. A longer canoe works beautifully on that kind of swell, even though it's a 6 foot swell, which sounds for those of us in the Atlantic that sounds like huge choppy water. It's not the case. It's not the case.
Yeah. So this canoe, can you tell me about a little bit more? So basically, for people who doesn't know, those canoes were designed for what type of water?
So there, initially, this canoe was created simply to be a lagoon canoe.
Okay.
And as Charlie Maitere told us, they thought they were crazy in the first Teaito in 1988 when they took the
That's
canoes
true.
out into the open ocean. They thought you people are nuts. And so what's happened over the years, it used to be more of a sit-on top craft, and you now sit further down in. There's a side wall that kind of protects you more from
Yeah.
ocean spray, but it's a longer boat. It's longer than the traditional OCs, and you'll find that the boat is really built for like the bigger Pacific swell, and it's meant to surf that kind of swell. The obvious difference that most people in the United States are used to an outrigger canoe that has rudder and pedals. This, as you all know, doesn't have that factor, so you end up having to steer
Yeah.
quite a bit with your paddle, and so that's the main difference between the two craft.
So yeah, I think you're right. So those canoes are made it for like a big and long swells, right?
They
That's what we
absolutely
have
are.
here in Tahiti.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's that's what they usually talk about. That you don't have like a uh, better watercraft, or it's just different feelings.
Yep.
And I think really you should master all of them if you want to be a waterman.
True story.
Uh, but yeah, I see the glide. When you try this canoe, the glide is different.
Hey
The
man,
glide is different.
I've been paddling for 34 years. I haven't mastered anything yet, so
Right.
I'm, I'm I'm just here to tell you that I learn more each year, and I'm happy to say that I'm a little better than I used to be. So that's really it. It's all about feeling, as you were saying earlier, Andre. It's all about expressing yourself on the water, and ultimately, it's all about understanding yourself in the boat.
Exactly.
Let's just take a moment to look at these women. They are moving so well. These boats are moving about 7 or 8 miles per hour, even up into a headwind. There's a slight headwind today. It's only about 9 to 10 knots. Team OPT paddler right here.
So now that you mentioned the teams here, like this is a big deal here in Tahiti, right?
It's the national sport. It is the national sport. So paddling is supported by the government here. There are the larger teams like EDT, OPT, and of course everybody knows about the world famous Shelva'a. So these are the largest paddling connection. Another huge team locally, probably one of the top two, top three teams. So you have a lot of people who are practicing the sport just on their own. You have people who are supported by the government to become sort of national paddlers, but then you also have these clubs. If you go into the little town of Pire, which is where it was last year, you're going to find Pire Canoe Club. That's Stevie Boy's Canoe Club. Right next door is OPT. Right next door to that is another canoe club, and if for a paddler, Tahiti is like the El Dorado. There are quite literally thousands of canoes on the shoreline here, waiting to be paddled. So it's unlike anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
You brought a name now to the table that I'm pretty sure that people at home are familiar with this name. That is Stevie Boy. Uh, I have the pleasure to meet this guy in California. such a humble person, such a nice guy. Actually, I met him again yesterday, and he's going to be racing later on in the open men's division. Some of the Tahitians here consider him the GOAT. Do you agree with that? Can you talk me about that? Because honestly, he's one of the GOATs. That's my point of view. But we have other great names here.
Yes, yes. I mean, he's most definitely the most recognized paddler. He is absolutely in a lot of respects he's the goat. But you have someone like Kevin Serron Jerusalemi, who you cannot. I mean, this is a guy.
That's why I put you this in
Yeah,
this trouble, man.
I know. I knew why you were going to say that because I love the way Stevie paddles, but I have to say also personally I really love the way Kevin Saran Jerusalemi paddles. You have a guy like Damasami, you have Hiromana Flores, you have. I mean, we could go on all day. Georges Kronstedt, who
George,
won. Georges
this is one of
Kronstedt,
my favorite styles. If
honestly, he won this morning, and he had 30 open boat lengths between him and the next guy, Manotea Owen, another champion of champions. So Rete Eb. I mean, we could just go on and on and
for
on
hours.
about the amazing paddlers that there are here, and then there are the paddlers that you don't know by name who are equally as impressive. So people so good, and you are right. They're so humble. You'll meet these guys, and you wouldn't imagine that they're as great as they are.
You share the water with these people,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
it's like sharing a basketball court with LeBron James, Kobe
right,
Bryant,
right,
right?
right. And the thing is, they're very supportive. They're very supportive of you when you're on the water. They want you to do well. They're not. It's not a matter of I'm great and you're not. It's a matter of I want you to have the same experience that I'm having. It's really an amazing thing to be on a water with like a Georges Kronstedt or like a Kevin Saran Jerusalem. So another reason to come here and take full advantage of being here. We're actually coming within eyesight of the leaders of the women's. They're coming around here. We're seated at the finish, and so they're getting ready to make the turn to head out the lagoon shortly. But as you can see, Iloha Eshen is way out in front.
She's killing.
She is killing it.
She's killing.
She's got about 8 boat lengths over the next boat.
Let's see if we can have an image. I hope we can recognize the second and third place of this race also. Yeah, we're trying to get some. Yeah, we're gonna try to get this information about the second, third place. But we can see that Iloha already have a big gap, Scott.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, and this is the way she was last year too. She flew out of the gate, and she was many boat lengths ahead of. I mean, minutes ahead of her next competition. I know Vaimitia is out here. Of course, I got to give a plug to my wife Pam,
Oh,
who's out
yeah.
here. If I don't plug her right now, it's gonna be a problem. So she's out there. I know she's gonna try and kill it today again.
She's always killing.
It's a much larger field than it was last year. Remember, we were still coming out of the pandemic last year, and now.
That's true. That's true. Oh, we have here information that Vaimiti now it's on the green canoe. Let's say first, second, fourth place for Vaimiti Maioni.
Yep, another great paddler here.
And Vaimiti is also helping to spread the Tahitian culture in
Oh, we
U.S.
have. Oh, Margarita Tamaha is. And our third paddler is actually a junior paddler.
No way.
Yes, that's that's the thing. You come to Tahiti, you get a little humble.
Oh my Jesus Lord.
18 years old.
18 years old for the third place in this race.
Right.
And here comes Iloha.
Yep. She's paddling right here in front of us now. We had the opportunity to be out on the chase boat this morning behind the masters, and let me just say, if there's a better way to see a Te Aito, I don't know what it is. Following along with the paddlers as they go out into the ocean and face that swell, Oh,
And yeah, and she is passing right. She's close to our cabin right now. I can see like a.
oh, where they're making the turn. You can see they've got their legs out to stall the boat on that side. That's a little trick to make that quick turn. You can't let the boat speed stall too much though. That's a big issue with these canoes is they're great on the line. They sometimes hate to turn. So you gain speed going into that turn, throw out your leg, 3 or 4,
And
and
she's passing right here,
here's
Scott.
the Aloha right here.
Iloha's passing right in front of us right
Super
now.
smooth, super
Is
smooth.
smooth. You don't even see her like breathing with her mouth. Is smiling, giving a big smile to the camera.
And let me say, you see the Ama not dipping at all. She's on the left side, the Ama's not dipping. She's on the right side, it's flying a little bit. She's taking full advantage of that boat hull.
And really looks like that she can do this for hours and hours.
Oh, I'm sure she does do it for hours and hours. But here we go, we've got more competitors coming by.
And yeah.
18 years old for
And
the third
Vaimiti is
place.
here, killing
Yeah,
too.
Vaimiti.
Vaimiti Maoni is here.
She's right up there with the leaders. Right up there with
She's
the leaders.
keeping a good pace.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. Yeah, second and third. Our juniors were
Vaimiti's
being
killing
told.
on the fourth place. They're like you
Oh.
can see like a good start.
Coming
She
right
had-
around the corner here.
Hello, now you can see here. Fifth
Yep.
place, you have like a
Yep.
Willie Kalama.
Yep.
Willie Kalama here from, she just passed by us. Elizabeth Kalama from Hawaii,
Exactly.
doing such a great job. Her husband, Mike Kalama, should be proud of her.
Absolutely.
I know that the whole Hawaii community is following her. And you have
There's
Pam
Pam
here.
Butler right here.
Okay, let me be a fan now.
Pam Butler right there. She's doing great again. She's looking like
killing, man.
she's looking like she's up there in top 10 right now. We've still got to go out into the ocean. Pam's been practicing surfing. I think she's number 10.
And let
so
me tell you guys, let me jump in. Let me tell you that I can see
it will be a stronger wind
different
for
direction.
sure, and a little bit different direction. But it's all sort of relative here. As you can see, the
Look.
is Hawaii, and so when they get to the island that we know of as Hawaii today, they name it after their launch point island. So
Tahiti.
and you can see it there in the background.
Tahiti.
And you can see it there in the background. You can see the mountains in the background. You can see the mountains in the background. All of these islands are volcanic, and and they have the coral atoll.
Para a segunda prova, que eles consideram como uma prova, a prova, né? A segunda prova continua sendo a.
I'm not sure what he said, but I'm going to say. So now you,
2 kids, my wife are here. Just left them at the beach. They're enjoying the beach, and I'm here working. But that's okay. Tomorrow I'm going to be enjoying with them.
that's right.
Monica, I hope next year you could be here with us.
Yes.
And Mike Kalama.
Chop like we would have in the Atlantic around Miami, where it will lift your ama pretty readily.
Na torcida aqui para ela, tá top 5 agora no momento. Vainiti Maoni, impressive athlete.
Yes. Yeah, I think anybody who competes at the top level of the sport is an impressive athlete.
You're gonna feel like there you deserve to be here.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And the welcome you.
And we're gonna go
I'm
to
sure we will.
paddles. Oh, that paddle is better than this. It's about the feeling. How
Yes.
do you feel? My advice for who's some.
It's like a multiple fartlek workout. Is as big as that of Europe, and
Wow.
so to the south.
Downwind now in the world.
Very generous. They're
Very, very generous.
many
And
thanks to Olivier,
who provide the feed for this channel, Reynald for putting this why that is giving a big support here in the island,
absolutely. Yep.
like taking us in boat rides. And let me tell you something, that place is insane.
Right.
The competition level that we have in California on the West Coast,
Right.
it's something.
So,
Oh yeah.
So Hiromano Flores is a former member of Shell Va'a, an amazing Va'a paddler, and we met his mother. So Check her out. Check her out in that, and see she's out. Check her out in that, and see she's using the snap-in, but we've seen some of her competition.
I think we have for sure we have competition. We have some
5 minutes behind Iloha though. Here comes our third place finisher coming across the line right now. So absolutely, you can see that.
Finish at the moment, and yeah, exciting. Iloha was led from the front. She was great.
Amazing,
So
amazing performance.
tell me about like how many paddlers are you bringing here? Time grande, Tupuria King está aqui com ela e eu estava falando para ela ontem que o Tupuria tem uma grande comunidade no Brasil. Good to have you here. That's it, guys. That was Lara from the president from the International Association.
Hi.
Yeah, and Scott here is having his moment of like.
Mihi Noa is currently being interviewed by the Tahiti Nui television, and she's a great young athlete, only 17 years. Share some of our footage.
We would love to do that.
Yeah, that would be a pleasure. That would be a pleasure.
You're the warrior. And people realize that it doesn't matter that you're not necessarily. I mean, we of course applaud
TV. We're gonna try to get some paddlers. Let's try to get some. Shout out to the legend, man.
He's a legend.
My boy.
There's
my
a-
boy, Stevie Boy. Shout out for you, Stevie Boy. After this race.
There was a race 2 weeks ago in this lagoon, and I can't remember what the race was, but they basically ran this course. So it
Type of race, because even that is a long distance race, I think you have to position good, right? It's about position. The canoe was flat, completely flat. Now we can see that the water is really chopped inside the lagoon.
Yep.
So I wonder after the break, if I'm not mistaken, but looks like his style of paddling.
I don't know. I think he's using the snap-in, the new Te Huritau's chance to see the leader as he.
To be honest, I really think we're in the middle because I don't see this ending, man.
Hey,
so
there goes our friend Darian Hildren.
Darian Hildren's passing by
Darian
here.
Hildren up truly towards the end of the pack. Still
one. So we already have the Aito. Go to the little thing, you can take that small amount of water, but if you're holy and you have a big volume of water,
I mean, it's getting it's Kyle Tarafao.
Kyle Tarafao. Yeah, you have Caio Tarafal,
Team Air Tahiti. So the idea of the perfect stroke probably is a fallacy. Perfect for you, maybe. Perfect for someone else.
Com o equipamento de Wi-Fi e internet aqui. Mas resumindo, Steve Boy ali perseguindo, o líder da prova. Nós temos ali também no grupo da frente o Manutea Mion. Temos grandes nomes aí, Caio Tarafo, do time Air Tahiti, seguindo os líderes. Eu estou procurando informações aqui com a TNTV para ver se eu consigo uma imagem do Robert nessa prova. Mas aí nós temos aí, Tom Singh, Steve Teustata, The United Humbling em Red. Então, a prova se segue aí de uma maneira intensa, o ritmo, as condições de vento mudaram para a prova, da prova feminina para a prova masculina. A lagoa estava praticamente flat na prova feminina e na parte do Masters de manhã. Mas agora as condições de vento, o vento deu uma subida e mudou um pouco as condições. Então, lembrando que a prova masculina são 2 voltas, eles ainda não completaram a primeira volta. E aí na imagem tu tá vendo ali que o Steve Boy na canoa vermelha, mantendo ali o segundo lugar, perseguindo esse que é o líder da prova, Hont Singh. E a gente espera que essa prova termine com essas condições de vento, para que nós podemos ter um pouquinho de surf aí entrando na lagoa de volta. Agradeço e peço desculpas novamente aí pelo desafio que é fazer essa transmissão aqui do Pacífico, a logística que envolve para fazer um evento, para trazer um evento de qualidade para vocês. É isso.